Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope this message finds you all well. Wow, there's a lot of things I want to say. There's a lot of really beautiful things that are happening right now. A lot of really amazing shifts. And it's all for good. It's all exciting. We should all be excited. There's so much that I want to share, and of course there are some things that I would like to keep private on my own personal journey, so I will just touch on them, but it will, by leaving out the details, it doesn't necessarily matter. It's just really more about the message that I want to relay of the energies that are happening right now. So these energies, I was shown these energies around the time of the Aquarius Full Moon, and it was over a period of a 48-hour period, and it was really quite intense. And the Spirit is doing this thing now where he's showing me tarot cards, and I don't believe, I think that it's happened here and there in the past, but I was never really shown in the way that I was these cards. He was shown. He showed me three cards, three major arcana cards, and I will explain what those are. And then I had three major events happen, like I said, in a 48-hour period. And when Spirit shows me things, it's usually in threes, and which is another reason why I've named my channel Twin Flame Trinity. So, yeah, I'm going to get into all of that in a moment. I just wanted to remark on something about the last video that I put out about remembering your mission and the importance of it, and aligning yourself with those who are of the same mindset where they feel like this mission is more important than, making a lot of money and charging people crazy prices and so on and so forth. So it's just interesting how that particular video, how it garnered more dislikes in less than a day than all of my first several videos combined. So while there's not many dislikes on it at all, and it's not about the number, it's just more the principle that this is exactly what Spirit showed me. They wanted me to, my guides wanted me to put up that video so that I would quickly get in alignment with those who are in my truth. And I have very high level guides, and I'm not saying that to sound whatever, but that just is the case. And because of the nature of my mission, they're quite protective over me, and they just want me to quickly align with those that I should be in alignment with, and disalign with others. So I wish no ill will on anybody whatsoever. If you disliked the video, or whatever the case may be, I still wish you the best on your journey. I'm not, everyone is coming from their own, wherever it is they're coming from. I'm not here to judge or anything like that, but I realize why Spirit wanted me to do that, and why they wanted me to make sure that these messages reach out to those that they are supposed to reach, and they're not supposed to resonate with some other people. So if this channel is for you or not. And what I was also shown, one of the major arcana cards that I was shown last week was the Judgment card. And I just want to say that this was a really strong energy that was coming through, is that we are all right now in a state of judgment, because these unions are so close. They are so close. There's different waves, of course, and not everybody is going to be on the same wave, understandably, but I can tell you that if you feel like you're on this wave that's coming, it's because you're on this wave that's coming. And there is a judgment energy that's happening right now to see if you are in fact prepared for it, to see if you are, moral enough to handle this responsibility. And that's what a big part of this separation period is about. it is also about growth and all of these other things, but it is also very much about, it's a test. It's a test to see if you're able to handle, to see if you're moral enough to handle this type of responsibility. And we're being handed the Holy Grail here, so the divine is not just going to pass off that chalice to anybody. You have to earn it, and you have to just basically prove yourself. And there's certain actions that some of us are engaging with that I'm not really sure that the divine would approve of, but again, that's not me to particularly make that judgment. I do feel guided to speak on this because I do want to warn other twins, but I'm not here to make that particular judgment call. The divine will make that judgment call, and I was being shown that very strongly this past week, that we're in this state of judgment right now, all of us, and that there is still time to repent. And I believe very strongly in redemption and forgiveness of sins, and I have gone through my own experiences with that. Not that I've sinned horribly or anything, but there was a big shift in my energy that happened when I did take that upon myself to actually really verbalize my sins rather, to a priest. And I'll probably do a separate video on that, but it was a really life-changing event, and I experienced a miracle that happened right after I did that. So there is something very sacred and special to that, and if you feel guided to do that right now, then do it, because we're in this final state of judgment, like I said. And sins, quote unquote, they can range in all forms, and to go back to what I was mentioning in that video, again, people who are misguided, it's, I'm kind of making a blanket statement here. They're coming from different backgrounds, either they're misguided, or, they're seeing this as an opportunity to take advantage of others, or maybe some of these people are legitimately of the dark. Regardless of where you're coming from or what motivates you to do whatever it is that you're doing that you're not supposed to do, you are very, very, very strongly being examined at this time to see if you're able to go on to the next step. And I would be extra weary of those who are specifically of the dark, and in no way, shape, or form am I saying that people who dislike the video, or, the people I implicated in the other video, I'm not saying whatsoever that these people are of the dark. But I'm using this as an opportunity to just warn you guys that there are people that are out there who don't have your best interests in mind, and they're going to steer you off track, especially those who are of the dark, because we are coming so close into union. And I just feel really guided to just keep getting that warning out to you guys, because I don't want to see anyone be derailed. And I know it's hard to believe that, people who seem so great on the outside or whatever, that they could have these intentions, but you have to understand that the power that we're going to have once we come into union is going to be so massive that these dark energies, they don't want to see that happen, and they're going to do whatever it is that they want to do to derail you. And they're coming out of the woodwork now because unions are so close. And so whether or not they're teachers or not, or quote unquote, these could be also people in your life who are going to try and derail you. And some of it is also subconscious. Some people are tainted in the higher realms. They may not even necessarily know that they're serving someone else, quote unquote. There's all different aspects to this. So again, I'm not saying that, there's a lot of teachers out there that are of the dark that are doing this, but there are some. I do know of one specifically. I'm sure that there are others, because of defamation laws, basically. We can't name, I can't name anyone by name, but believe me, I would. Otherwise, I have absolutely no problem whatsoever calling people out on their shit. Believe me when I tell you that. I have no issue whatsoever for people who dislike what it is that I have to say. Those things don't matter to me. My union matters, my twin matters, my mission matters, other twins matter. I will do and I will stop at nothing to protect this chalice, to protect this holy grail that we've been given, and I will continue to speak on this. And don't think that any of you are going to get away with anything, whether I call you out on it or not, or whether it's eventually brought up or not in the 3D. You are being judged. You will have to stand before God one day, and you will have to explain yourself. And if you are in fact a twin, you're held to a higher standard. So it's a much higher offense if you're acting in ways you shouldn't be acting. And if you're not a twin and you're hindering other twins and you're putting spells on them and you're excuse me, or you're acting in other nefarious ways to hinder them, you will be dealt with in a higher manner than as if you were hurting somebody else, because we are specifically, we're all carrying Christ consciousness here, but because of the nature of our missions, we're more specifically protected, and we're basically held to a higher standard. So again, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but take this as a warning. I was shown this really strongly. The judgment energies are coming in, and God is not playing around. He is not playing around anymore, and he's not someone you want to upset. And don't think for a moment that God and the angels don't get angry, because they do. They absolutely do, and I don't want to be standing in your shoes when the hammer comes down. And there is time for redemption. There's always time for redemption, but it certainly has to come in now because of the wave of unions that are coming in. And this journey is just so sacred to me. It is just so sacred and special to me. And yeah, like I said, I will continue to speak on this, because I just do feel that it's really so important to protect it. And I just wanted to say as well, now that I'm thinking about it, in my last video when I had said that this one teacher was making these statements, calling people archetypes or whatever, that was not specifically directed to me. This was sort of a blanket statement that she was making to this other woman who had emailed and basically had said exactly what I had said, like, this is basically wrong what you're doing, like, you're crazy. And so she went on to do a video saying, basically, if you would disagree with her, you fall under some sort of archetype, whatever, victim, martyr, whatever it is. So it wasn't specifically me that was targeted. I think that she was just sort of calling out everybody who disagreed with her. So yeah, enough about that. It is what it is, and God bless you, and I wish everyone the best on their journey. And you will eventually have to explain your actions, and it's not going to be to me, it's going to be to somebody else. So best of luck to you on that, and to the rest of you guys, just be really extra discerning, and just follow your truth. I mean, before you even listen to me or you listen to anyone else, really just follow your truth, and just know that your guides are also there to serve you and to steer you in the right direction. So really just lean on them right now as far as guidance and who it is you should be working with and getting healing sessions with, and so on and so forth. Because I do believe the answers do lie within, but let's be realistic. We can't do this alone, which is why we're all coming together right now, which is why a lot of us feel guided to start channels to help each other, to network with each other and exchange emails and all this stuff, because this is such an obscure journey. Let's just be honest. I mean, you can't do it alone. You can't go to your shrink. You can't go to your doctor. You can't go to your friends or your parents for advice. I mean, we really need to lean on each other right now. And it's just so important that we create these networks to do that without charging these crazy prices that would just prohibit our collective growth. it's completely going in it's just going backwards, and I'm just so tired of hearing these teachers just say, well, you have to invest in yourself. You have to, you have to pay all these, pay these crazy prices, and, as a matter of investing in yourself. And I just have a really different philosophy on all that and what it means to invest in, quote unquote. And I don't think that type of investment needs to have a high dollar sign attached to it. And I'm all for helping each other, and depending on the service, of course, yes, we should charge, but again, it's just interesting choice of words, and I don't feel like I need to say too much more on it, but I just wanted to bring all that up because, like I was saying, with the judgment energy that's coming in, we're all being examined. So, of course, if you're of the light and if you are on a moral path, there still are some shadow aspects of yourself, I'm sure, that maybe need to be looked at and examined. Is there still are there still things from your past that you regret or that you shouldn't have done, or are there people that you should have said I'm sorry to or forgiven, things like that. I was being shown that strongly to kind of use this time right now to repent from prior sins, to forgive those who need to be forgiven, to just basically just kind of wipe the slate clean. And God is extremely forgiving. He is extremely forgiving as long as you repent. And yeah, I mean, again, like, my life was changed, the moment that I did that, and I would like to speak more on that at another time. But use this time right now to do that, and to just really just re-examine your life, and maybe re-examine where you may have been steered wrong in the past, and just know that the divine is extremely forgiving with all of that. And with these judgment energies, I was being shown as well that, just like in the judgment card, the little trumpets coming out of the clouds, the angels blowing the trumpets down. I mean, this is exactly what's going on right now. There is just this mass awakening that's happening, and the divine's not playing around anymore. He's just kind of swooping in, and he is waking up these quote-unquote sleeping twins. I hate these terminologies, awaken, unawaken, but I'm going to continue to use them for clarity's sake. But he's really coming in right now, and this is sort of like the final wake-up call. There's no more pressing snooze. For those who are already awake, quote-unquote, you're getting more activations that are coming in right now. I mean, even though you think you're awake necessarily, there is some other aspects of ourselves that maybe need some more illumination. So I see that this is what is coming in, and I am quote unquote awake, if you will. I hate that term, but I was shown areas where I was not 100% awake, and I had more activations done during that period. And again, this is all around I don't know if I mentioned this, around the time of the Aquarius Full Moon that these events took place. And so this is what's happening on a collective, and it's especially happening to those who are legitimately asleep, if you will. They're being woken up like hardcore. Like, this is like the final wake-up call. Let's get ready. Like, God is swooping in. It's seriously happening, guys. Like, it is seriously freaking happening. And again, it's for those who are on this wave, who sense that they're on this wave. If you're not on this wave, it will happen at another time during another wave. Your twin is still being activated right now, but it takes, several of these activations, wake-up calls, if you will, for it to sort of take, but if you're not on this wave, know that it's going to happen, and the timing in the end really doesn't matter. I mean, what is time in all this? It just doesn't matter. You're in your union right now anyway, but But for those who do sense that their time is now, I'm here to just really confirm that to you guys. Like, you, if you're feeling that, it's because it is. It's because it is happening, and your twin was very strongly jolted this past week. I felt that really strongly. The activations were just like, wow, they're coming in. Like, get ready, guys. Like, seriously, get ready. This is holy cow. It's really happening. It's crazy. So I was shown the tarot card as well, and so this was the second major arcana I was shown, and I experienced it. It was a miracle what happened, that the tower energy ripping through my house. But what I want to say is about the tower is that sometimes it does fall, and it doesn't fall so pretty, and it could feel a little bit discouraging at first, and there's still maybe some tears involved and so on and so forth. But just know that when these energies they come through your house, it has to come. That tower has to fall, and we all know what that is, when it comes to our own particular unions. And these are roadblocks basically that are in the way of our growth, and they're in the way of our unions. And this particular tower that had to fall, it was something that was in my life for decades on end, and there was no way around, and it was just that roadblock that was made of like a ton of cement. And I would say to the divine over and over, like, how the heck am I going to get rid of this roadblock that's in the way of my union? And I just kept getting the message over and over, like, well, don't worry about it, we're going to take care of it. Because these particular roadblocks, and we all know what they are, we can't move them. It's not humanly possible to move them, to get around these barriers. So the divine is saying, you can't do it. Let me do it. Let me do the big stuff. You do the little stuff, quote unquote, your daily meditation practice, your healing, staying in love and light. You know what it is that you need to do individually. You continue doing what you need to do. The divine is going to step in and take care of the big stuff, because only the divine can. And don't worry about the who, what, when, where, and why of how it's going to happen. Just know that it's going to happen, and know that I was shown the Tower card, and that it's coming through right now. That hurricane is going to rip through your house, and basically you're going to wake up 30 seconds later, open your eyes 30 seconds later, and the entire contents are just going to be like rearranged. Like, that's basically what happened with me, the long and short of it. It was insane. It was totally insane. It was this barrier that was there forever and a day, and then 30 seconds later, it was just gone. It was incredible. It was miraculous. It was a miracle, because it had to go. I knew it had to go, and I was frustrated, and I didn't know how to get around it, and it was like poof, it just vanished. And it's funny, because I do have a very strong faith, and I know that I've spoken on it before about the importance of it, but what I failed to say, and what I wanted to say in prior times, is that it's okay if you waver on that faith sometimes, in that you have your moments where you're getting angry, and you're just like, God, like, I need a sign. You need to show me that this is not all for nothing, and I'm getting frustrated here. And I definitely do have those battles sometimes, and I was going through that around the time of the energies of the new moon, which is really when it started, the Leo new moon, which I only just recently found out was at 4:44 Eastern Standard Time, where I am. And I'm just getting chills right now as I'm saying this, because this number comes up for me like wildfire, like more and more and more and more and more. And for me personally, that's when I felt of a shift in myself. It may have applied to the rest of the collective. I feel like it had, but it was really strong. I could feel this momentum brewing, and the Lionsgate portal, it was just massive, and it was a big shift that was just brewing and purging, and it was really just difficult for me. I mean, not just emotionally, but physically. I was going through all of this physical symptoms at the same time that we were having like this awful heat wave here where I am, and it was just a lot, and I was just physically and mentally depleted, and of course still needing to deal with my actual 3D life. So I was saying to the divine in quite a bitter way, like, what the hell? Like, come on already. Like, this is too much. I thought I was done with this, and show me something, and this better not be for nothing, and whatever. And so this is the dynamic that I have with him, and we'll battle back and forth, and then he'll come in, he'll be like, okay, you want a sign? I'll give you a sign, and just made me shut my mouth, and was like, here you go, and gave me these incredible signs back to back. Again, the Trinity, 3 signs over a 2-day period, and it just really just shut me up, at least for a while. And I can't reiterate enough. I mean, as much as I don't want to, and I kind of can't go into the details of what happened, it doesn't necessarily matter. I'm just here to inspire hope and faith in you guys that these tremendous shifts and these tremendous blessings and miracles are 100%. They're happening. They're happening. They're happening. They're happening. And it's all to prepare us for this wave of union that we're about to approach. So when the tower energy rips through and it falls and it rearranges your whole life, just know that the tower may not fall so pretty. It may not have a big red bow wrapped around it, but it needs to come down. And we all know what those particular roadblocks are, and just don't question it. Don't question how it's going to come, what it's going to look like. And like I said, it may not fall so pretty, but just know that it needs to fall. And that doesn't mean that it can't be built back up, that it can't be built back up later. And I do believe that for myself in this particular situation, that this tower did come down, but I will be able to restore it at another time. It just needed to fall at this particular time. And I knew it did. I knew it did. It was such a major roadblock in the way of my union and my growth. And I'm so thankful to the divine. And I just am here to reiterate that miracles, they happen. They happen every day. This whole thing is a miracle. This whole union, which we're in right now, by the way, there is no beginning, middle, or end to these unions. It is one continuous miracle. We're living in the miracle right now, right in this very moment. So who's to say that more miracles can't happen? Of course they're going to happen. They happen every moment. We just don't always see them. We don't see the behind the scenes stuff, And it's just they're coming, guys. Like just believe, just get ready, just know we're already in it right now. This is the miracle. We're living the miracle. They're going to continue to come, and I feel like that they're coming now stronger and with the force. And I believe there was another twin flame teacher who had channeled this as well. Source Love and Light had said the same thing, that miracles are coming in, and it's very true. It's very true. It's really happening now, and things are certainly picking up speed. And what I was also shown, what I wanted to say first was the second event that happened was my twin coming to me. So now my twin's higher self has been coming to me for months, and this particular incident that happened, it was not his higher self. It's very hard to explain. And again, there's some things that I just would choose to keep private, but it was an aspect of himself, his 3D self, his actual self. I believe it was astrally projecting, but he came to me twice in that crazy 2-day period, and was just like, I'm here, I know everything, I'm coming, we need some more time. But I'm here. I'm here for you. Like, I love you. I'm with you. And it was just incredible. And I'm still trying to process all of it. And it just blew my mind. And it's just so crazy to just get that 3D, if you will, 3D confirmation. It wasn't actually his physical self, but it, yeah, I can't even explain it more than that, even if I wanted to, because it's just one of those things you can't put into words. But he was very much with me over this 2-day period, and it was just so insane, and it was so beautiful, and just exactly what I needed. And thank you so much for the reassurance. And wow, I just don't even know what else to say about that. I really don't. It's just so incredible. It's just so wonderful and beautiful, and I'm so thankful and grateful for that, and for that affirmation. And so the third card that I was shown was the moon energy, and this card I was shown right around the time of the Aquarius full moon. And it makes a lot of sense because the moon card is a lot about illuminating, shadow aspects of yourself and the subconscious and things that maybe you weren't able to see before that, you can kind of see now. And so the Aquarius full moon was very good for that, for that particular energy, is to kind of clear out those cobwebs that, you kind of knew were there and you didn't know how to get to, and to just to bring more clarity to your situation. So that's exactly what the Aquarius full moon did, and that's what I was being shown in this moon card energy. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so with that particular full moon that happened, it was a near eclipse, so it's an even stronger, the energies of that particular full moon are even stronger than other full moons because of the whatever you want to call it, the particular alignment of it. So excuse me. So having said all that, I was getting the impression that epiphanies were happening, that it was ushering in the excuse me. I'm going to get a sip of water. Hang on. Okay, I apologize. I have these ongoing throat issues. So it was ushering in the template for epiphanies to happen, because this is exactly what Aquarius does. It it illuminates these things, and so now that you have this clarity of thought, epiphanies can now start to resonate. And so I was sensing that was also what was happening on a collective level, and especially happening to those sleeping twins who are not only being zapped with that judgment energy and being activated, but with the full moon also coming in, further illuminating. They're just like, you're just seeing it all, seeing the whole picture, and not just so much about the union and whatever, but just stuff about their life in general, and maybe like their career path, or maybe this or that, or whatever it is that's troubling them, or whatever it is that needs illumination. It was all brought to the surface to see and to re-examine and to kind of work through. And it's all those final things that need to be worked through in order to reach to the final stage of the unions that are coming. So it's just all perfect. I mean, the divine's whole plan is just so amazing and beautiful and perfect. And we just, like I said before, it's like, even though you can't necessarily see these shifts that are happening, just know that they're happening, and just know that the divine, he has a plan. This is his gig. He doesn't make mistakes. He knows what he's doing. Allow him to do the work. Just be patient. But these unions are close. Like, they are, holy cow, they're so close. And what I forgot to say was that, so when the Aquarius full moon came in, I had this other experience that, again, I can't even articulate, even if I wanted to. But like I said, I do choose to keep some things private, but this was also one of those things that it was just so incredible. Wow. I was shown a glimpse of my union and a glimpse of my future, and it was so surreal. It was so real. It just, it was what I needed. It was, again, just more affirmation of what I was feeling, but I kind of needed, and I did ask for that particular sign, and boy, did the divine provide it for me. It was just so beautiful, and it was, it wasn't just something that I was seeing, quote unquote. I mean, I was really feeling it, like I was really there. It was like a time warp or something that I was in. I was just like projected into the future, and I really just felt who I was. I felt my twins' energy. I felt who we were, who we became, all of the growth. Like, it was so freaking, I can't even articulate how powerful it was, how powerful this full moon was. And it was, wow. Wow. I'm still kind of like speechless over it, but just know it's happening, guys. Really know it's happening. This is such an exciting time. We're in the final stages of this. You know, it's coming. I can't reiterate enough, but it almost doesn't matter when it comes, the date, the whatever. We're all in different waves. It doesn't matter. We're all in these unions right now, presently. The magic is already with us. The miracles are already with us. Just continue, just allow the divine to continue to bring them to you at the speed that he feels fit, you know. I mean, if all of these things happened any quicker, I mean, we would all like lose our minds. The fact that these things, all of these incredible things that I was shown and felt over a 3 day, 2 day, it was like a 2 day period. I mean, I was like going nuts, and these are all good. This is all good stuff that was happening, you know, but I was still going nuts. Like, what the heck, you know? So I get it. It's like we have to sort of move at this snail's pace, because it's, if these things happened any quicker, we would just all go berserk, you know, literally. So, all in good timing, and just continue to do your work, continue to have faith. And if you guys have any questions or comments for me, please, I enjoy reading all of your emails and responding. It may just take a little bit of time to respond, a few days up to a week. And you know, I wear many hats, so there's other things that I also do in the 3D. And of course, you know, I do my best to get back, but it may not be overnight. And if you want to schedule a reading or a counseling session, I'm here for you, twinflametrinity@gmail.com. And yeah, I wish everyone love and light and a beautiful week, and just keep the faith and know that we are close. We are so close. Like, get ready, guys. Just get ready. And yeah, by get ready, I mean almost just do nothing. Just just relax. Do your best to relax. Just be in the moment. Really, just be in the moment. And the divine really wants you to just really just be present and be positive and be as relaxed as possible, so that when these unions, they do come in, you're in a calm, receiving state, you know. So all right, love all you guys. I'll reach out again soon. Have a blessed week. Bye.